I'm your science teacher. Now we have learned in physics, we have learned the ray diagram till the length. Okay, so today this is the last part. I just wanted to guide you, so then we can finish our physics portion here. Now just a bit information I'm telling you. We planned in a way that from tomorrow or from today itself, I can say, we planned in a way that you have physics, chemistry, biology running at the same time. Okay, like how? I'll guide you. What Monday and Tuesday, right? We will run chemistry. Okay, Wednesday and Thursday we will take physics, and Friday and Saturday we will take biology. So likewise, you have two periods every week. So parallelly, all the three will work at the same time. Okay, and it's easy for you to go. Just for the information I'm telling you. Now, in a ray diagram, as what I told you, that we have learned about the convex lens. Okay, in convex lens, as what we say, you have to draw the lens first, then you have to trace the principal axis. Fine. Now here what we have to do, that this is the optical center O. Now the last case I wanted to tell you, that is little challenge for you. Now in this one what we have to do is, again we have to use the same rule. This is F1, 2F1, F2, 2F2. Okay, fine. So here what we will do, let's say you take your object between O and F1. Let's say you take your object between O and F1. So this is the case. So as what I told you, take only one line object. Take only one line object. So here what we have to do, again you have to take a ray parallel to principal axis, but as what you know, after reflection it goes from F2. Fine. So this is what you understood. Okay. And second ray we send it from where? From optical center. But as what you see, they both are divergent rays, so they are never going to meet in front of the mirror, in front of the lens. So what we have to do is we have to extend them. So when you extend them, right, they will meet behind it. So this is where you will get your image. So as you can see, the last case tells you that if you take your object, between O and F, right? When you take your object between O and F1, you will get the image on the same side of the lens. Now where, they doesn't mention any, it can come anywhere. But the question is, it always comes on the same side. And please understand this. It always comes on the same side. So this is clearly you have to understand that whenever you say, it always comes on the same side. Okay? It always comes on the same side. So please understand this small thing here, that this is a ray diagram, okay, which we have not understood. Now, so this is the first one. Okay, we already saw when you take your object beyond 2F1, between F1 and 2F1, right? Now, this is when we are going to take between O and F1. Now the other, you already know that when you take your object, when your object is at infinity, so definitely in infinity the parallel rays are coming, and after reflection they passes from F2. They passes from F2. Okay, so after reflection they passes from F2. This is what you can understand. Then after reflection they passes from F2 and you will get this thing. Okay, this is what, when you put your object at infinity you will get at F2. Okay, similarly when you take your object at F1, 2F1, F2 and 2F2. Okay, now let's say you are taking your object at 2F1. Okay, when we are taking our object at 2f1. So here what we have to understand is, okay, so here it's quite easy. First you have to take a ray parallel. After reflection it passes from f2. And the second ray we are taking from O. But if you see here, in this case they both are parallel. In both are parallel means you will get your image at infinity. You get your image at infinity. Here, even though if you extend, they will not meet anywhere. It will become parallel only. Okay, so this looks somewhere I told you regarding this thing, but here they are not divergent ray, they are parallel. Okay, so you don't have to extend them. You don't have to extend them. Clear? You don't have to extend them. So this is what you have to understand in order to do so. Okay, so this is the one. Next, so we have learned all the cases of length now, beyond f2, f1, at 2, f1, between f1 and 2, f1, at f1, between O and f1. Now let me tell you little more about concave length. Concave length, how we need to draw, the same rule we need to follow. Understand this thing. First of all, you draw one arc like this. Which arc? This is the arc, or let's say you draw the arc, this one. That 11 lines, you have to draw one principal axis, so draw this one. Now length, concave length, many people draw in some random manner, so draw like this. Then you take here only 1 centimeter gap. How much centimeter gap you take? 1 centimeter. So here you take 1 centimeter gap, and then you draw one arc here like this. Okay, so that will give you perfect concave length. Otherwise, sometimes what happens is people used to draw so thick that it will not look so great. Okay, so please don't do this. Now there are only two cases here. In this one you just have to draw f1, 2f1, f2, 2f2. Fine. So let's say I am taking an object at infinity. So it's quite easy. When you take an object in infinity, what you have to do? The rays are coming parallel. Okay, the rays are coming parallel. After refraction, they used to diverge. Okay, so definitely they are not going to meet in front of the mirror. But when you extend them, okay, when you extend them, it will passes from f1. It will passes from f1, and that point is your image. So basically, when you put your object at infinity, you will get your image at f1, real, inverted, and image. Clear? So this is first case. Let's see the second case. In the second case, again you have to draw like this your principal axis. Okay, f1, 2f1, f2, 2f2. Now here, you take your object anywhere between O and f infinity. Anywhere means where? You can take your object here also, you can take your object here also, you can take your object here, anywhere. Understood I'm saying? So let's say I'm taking my object here. So again the same rule. What? Let's say I'll take my one ray parallel to principal axis. So after refraction it will diverge. So it will diverge. And second ray I am taking from O, optical center O. But as you can see, they both are divergent rays. So they are not going to meet behind behind the mirror, behind the lens. They are not going to meet. So what do? I extend them. So I extend this one such that it passes from f1. Now if you can see, they both meet here. So this is your image. So wherever you take your object, if you take your object at f1, between f1 and f2, between, if you take here, if you take here, if you take here, if you take here, anywhere, you always get your image between O and f1. So you will always get image between these two only. Okay, so this is what you have to understand. that whenever you take your object between O and infinity, you will get your image between O and F1 only. Okay. So this is all about your ray diagram. Draw all the ray diagram properly. Practice it a little, because ray diagrams will compulsory comes in the exam for sure, as of my understanding is there. So be practice, and anyways it will helpful to you in 11th standard for sure. Fine. So with this we have completed this chapter. From the next time, so from now next Wednesday we are going to start with chapter number 11. Tomorrow Shweta teacher is going to take your biology, right? And she might not take 6 chapters, she might take I think 8 chapters. So she'll guide you a little tomorrow. Fine. That's it for a day. Thank you so much.